House Bill 4464. Imagine this. A wildfire spreads across rural Texas, and local volunteer firefighters rush in to help alongside city crews. Everyone fights the same flames, but if one of those volunteers gets hurt, the state no longer covers them. Only paid government firefighters do. What the bill says it does? House Bill 4464 says it ensures that local government firefighters and emergency staff are fully protected by workers' compensation when they are deployed on state disaster missions through Texas Task Force 1 or mutual aid teams. What it actually does? It rewrites who counts as covered. Paid government responders now have full protection while volunteers and non government members lose the state backed insurance they once had. This means professionals get safer conditions, but the volunteers who often serve beside them are left on their own if they are injured. Now, who benefits? City and county fire departments, professional firefighter associations, and local governments relieved of extra deployment costs. Who pays the price? Volunteers and private responders who lose coverage. Rural communities that rely on those volunteers for disaster response. Why this matters. Texas has always depended on both professional and volunteer responders. By cutting off coverage for volunteers, the state risks lower response times and fewer people available when major fires, floods, or storms hit. This change could leave small towns short-handed when they need help the most. Questions to ask your lawmakers. How will the state protect volunteers who still want to serve in disaster zones but no longer have coverage? Did lawmakers study how this change could affect rural disaster readiness before removing volunteer protection? Would you support adding a provision to reinstate coverage for trained volunteers under controlled conditions? Bottom line, House Bill 4464 fixes a funding issue for professional firefighters but leaves volunteers behind, weakening the safety net that Texans depend on when disaster strikes.